Shalom Yeshua, I'm going to start for Zos by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Shai, double honor to the Apostle GMS, and honors to you, brothers, doing the work in truth while sincerity. Now, as you do, you're on YouTube, reading the comment section, and I basically found out just 2 days ago, I didn't even, I didn't even hear anything about it. You've basically had what was called the Bethlehem Star, right? So, you can see that that's the 3rd of July 2015. Americans write the date backwards. Says this week stargazers were treated to a rare and beautiful planetary alignment, possibly the same one that beckoned to Magi seeking the Christ Lord, the Christ child, some 2,000 years ago. Right, says the cosmic conjunction of Venus and Jupiter appearing less than 0.33 degrees apart from one another from our night sky has been called the Star of Bethlehem, referring to its likely connection to the bright celestial occurrence that heralded the birth of, they say Jesus, say we know his name is really Yahweh Shai. Right, now basically that's considering that all the brothers, all the men in GMS are hoping, that this summer is the one. Everything seems like, this kingdom is coming to an end. And then what would you see here? The Star of Bethlehem, and here 2,000 years ago, it was basically to beckon, Yahweh Shai. But this time around, man, the hope is that it's as a child there. But this time, it's going to be Yahweh Shai as a power, as a destructive power. Right, and I basically took a note of that 0.33 there, because obviously 33 says Masons and other occultists revere the number 33 above all other numbers. Many acts of war, murder, and assassination have occurred on or near the 33rd degree parallel. So I can just close that. But basically, man, the Most High may put it into these devils to basically push their plan. And basically what that's going to herald, push their plan right now. And what's that going to herald is Yahweh Shai coming back, man. Because all these things are intertwined, man. The time of Jacob's trouble, man. That's around the corner, man. And basically, I saw this. I was just there like, why have I not heard about this? They called it the Bethlehem Star. It says this is a rare alignment. I've got it here. It says Genesis 1:14. It says, and the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. And that is a sign, man. Just like when the Lord came as a child, almost just over 2,000 years ago, man. People saw that in the heaven and thought, okay, fair enough. This is what it is. Whether it's the same alignment, I'm not 100%. But they've named it, the Star of Bethlehem, man. That's not by coincidence. It says with conflict-riddled events in Russia, Iran, Syria, Greece, Israel. Yeah, and Greece, man. Greece looks like it's about to collapse, man. They're going to be having a referendum later on today, man. And if they fall out the EU, man, they're bringing down the whole economy with them, whether straight away or soon after. Then you've got Jade Helm down the road as well. Man, this thing here is getting close, man. We see this, man, here at GMS. We see this and we hope that it is literally going to be this summer, man, because we can't stand being in this kingdom anymore, man. But IUIC and all them, they basically they're talking about 10-year plans. They have 10-year plans, man. We ain't got that long. We ain't got that long. Rare blood moon event this September will bring huge earthquake, destroying earthquakes. They've been talking how ironic is it that you got Dwayne Johnson bringing out a film about the San Andreas fault line, man. It says basically that's the point. So basically due to occur on September 28th. So man, from July to September, man, this is going to be a rocky time, man. Because at the same time, you've got Jade Helm, which is finishing on the September 15th, 13 days before this blood moon. And what does it say here in Joel? It says Joel 2:31 says the sun shall be turned to darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. Right, what is it? What was it? What was it said there? They call it the Bethlehem Star, man. You know, you can't put these things together and just, and just completely pass it. You know, it says, did you see the Star of Bethlehem? Planets may mimic biblical sign, report says. You know, you can't look at this and just say, yeah, whatever. You know, this is rare, man. This doesn't happen. So how many rare celestial events do you need? You know, we've had 4 blood moons, which is rare, and now we've gotten a planetary alignment, which is rare as all hell, man. You know, it says, as Venus orbits in 225 days, Earth in 365, and Jupiter in 4,330, you know, because they all talk about this heliocentrism, man. It says the chances of such alignment occurring is fairly rare. Right, so this is a rare event, and you can't look at this and just completely wipe it out and just forget about it, man. You can't do that. Right, it says back on Jade Helm, it says, one, the greatest American nightmare begins September 2015. Are you ready? All over the internet are at least a dozen different opinions, theories, and doubts about what Jade Helm really is and why Walmart stores are closing at the same time. Before I go further, I want to state my opinion on this entire ordeal. I wholeheartedly believe that if indeed there is more to this than meets the eye, and I truly feel there is, that it has everything to do with a major economic collapse, which is what we're seeing. We're seeing that right now. We're seeing that right now. Man. Right? That it has everything to do with a major economic collapse that would arrive in September at the end of the 7-year Shemitah cycle, right? Because basically, according to the calendar that these so-called Jews have, now I don't know how correct it is, but basically this is the Sabbath year. The Sabbath year is, I don't know if this is the Sabbath year or the Sabbath year starts on September the 13th. You know, but basically you basically see how things are going on, man, and you know these things aren't by coincidence. You know, it says they say coincidence, it ain't by coincidence, man. That Jade Helm exercise officially ends September 15th, 2015, only 2 days later, man. You know, whenever you have these so-called drills, some shit always pops off, man. What? During 9/11, they were having drills. During 7/7, they were having drills. When MH17 got gunned down by NATO or Ukraine, or one of them, they were having drills in the area. 2 days before you had drills in London, you have them 30-something people killed in Tunisia. You know, each time you have so-called military drills, you always have terrorist attacks. So, you know, basically, you know, the apostles, you know, and you know, the Most High ultimately put the spirit on, and it was lucky. Let me say that again. The Most High put the spirit in us to look at all these things and watch these things and basically see that, yeah, you know, the time is near. The time is short, man. You know, it was at camp yesterday. So I mean, it's early morning. I'll just say today. It was at camp. You know, you basically had this one Irish dude basically saying how, you know, they're basically saying there may be a little nuke attack in London or somewhere on July 7th, you know, which is I believe it's the 10-year anniversary of the 7/7 bombings here in London. Hey, Lord's will, I honestly don't care. You know, his whole thing was, yeah, we need to stop this, you know, before it's too late. Because soon it was already too late. You had no part in the matter, because ultimately it's the Most High that chooses what goes on. You know, I had a scripture, but I completely forgot where I wanted to get. You know, it's basically about thinking, about measuring the. Yeah, I'll remember it. It's I believe that's measure the time diligently. I believe that's 2nd Ezra's 9th chapter. Diligently, how's that I spell that? Satan. Yeah, 2 Ezra 9:1 says, and he answered me then, and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest parts of the signs past which I have told thee before. Come on, man. Then shalt thou understand that this is the very same time wherein thou highest will begin to visit the world which we made. And we, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right? And man, yesterday night, man, we had some utterly beautiful thunder down here in the UK, man. You know, I was with the brothers, man, who was driving back. You know, brothers driving us back, man. The lightning, that lightning was beautiful. I've never witnessed lightning like that, man. You know, I've never seen thunderbolts, you know, cracking through the skies of London. I've never seen that. You know, but how is it that we're basically seeing that now? Right now, when we have all of these things playing a part, you know, and basically you see this, then shall thou understand that the Most High spake of these things from the day that were before. You know, because these things are all written in the scriptures. Basically, say, look out for this, look out for that. You have that in Matthew 24th chapter, I believe. So when that shall see, I won't quote, I can't really remember off the top of my head, but you basically see all these, we see these things, and we get excited, man. Because we know that the Most High is coming back soon. But, you know, the scriptures are just a fairy tale. It's not reality. You know, so this thing is close, man. This thing is close. Now, when you look up that word Shemitah, so right, it's Deuteronomy 15:1, says at the end of every 7 years thou shalt make a release. Right, and that's basically what Shemitah is. So that'll be the 7-year, the sabbatical year. When you look up that word release, right? So like it's this one, yeah? This is letting drop of exactions, remitting, release. You know, but then I looked at that word Shema. Oh, Satan, man. Yeah, if you look at where it's used, release, throw down, shake, stumble, discontinue, overthrown. You know, these things aren't coincidences, man. You know, we hope, we sincerely hope, the men that are sincerely hoping to be of the elect, we sincerely hope that this is the time. You know, we hope that all of these planetary alignments, that all of these signs basically say that, you know, this thing is going to be kicking off this summer. You know, the Spirit had Apostle Tahar say that. Apostle Tahar was basically saying this is going to be a hot summer, man. You know, early June here in the UK, what we broke the flipping record for the hottest day ever recorded in July. And then we have the crazy thunderings that I saw, that I was speaking about earlier on Salah. Then we have this Bethlehem Star. Why would they call it the Bethlehem Star? You know, judging from the wording that they used here, which you know, planets may mimic biblical signs. Man, this thing is hot, man. You know, so to answer the question at the top, it says, and that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. You know, it's too late to be playing games. It's too late to be going, is it the truth? Isn't it the truth? Ultimately, if the Most High is with you and you're one of His men, the Most High is going to wake you up. You know, but it's time to get serious, man. You know, if you read Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, it's all about what, you know, there's a time for this, there's a time for that. Right now, it's the time to get serious, man. You know, this time of folly is done, man. This thing looks closer, man. This thing looks, you know, I mean, Lord's will, this is the time, man. But, you know, I'm just going to say Shalom.